guys, welcome back to At Home Eats. My name is Shelby and today we're going to conclude our meatball series with a meatball that all of our fish lovers will definitely love. It's salmon meatballs, and we're going to do some really fresh dill and lemon zest, and it's going to be really fresh, great for the summer. So let's get started. We've got our salmon here. I just used about a half of a larger piece of salmon because when we add all the ingredients in there, we just want to make sure that it is enough salmon but not too much. So we want to be able to round it and make sure that we get the balls, the meatballs that we need. We are just going to start with that, and then I just took it off of the skin and then chopped it up. So we're gonna add some onion powder here and celery salt, lemon zest, and we're gonna add some egg to it, some yellow pepper that's been chopped up for us, some fresh dill, and some breadcrumbs that we're gonna add to our mixture as well. First, we're gonna add in our yellow pepper. And I added pepper just because it's a great way for us to add more vitamins to our diet. Vitamin E, vitamin C, all those are great in our bell peppers. All right, so we're gonna add our celery salt and onion powder. Lots of fresh dill. That's what gives it that nice fresh taste. Gonna add lemon zest. Love lemon zest. Gives a nice little fresh taste as well. Gonna add our egg in there and breadcrumbs. Okay, and because I don't have any more gloves, we're gonna go all in and go use our hands, okay? So I'm gonna actually add these directly to our oil, and our oil is on medium high. Our oil is on medium heat, and then we're gonna actually pan sear these, okay? So I'm gonna roll these out and put them on our cookie sheet. So you'll see, this is a cutting board. Put it on our cutting board, and we're gonna actually transfer them from our cutting board to our oil that's been heating up on the oven, okay? So again, these will be great. Maybe some brown rice, maybe a fresh green salad. Very fresh, very healthy. Very, very good, and a great summer dish for sure. So they're very similar. I could already hear the questions about like salmon cakes and stuff like that. Similar in some ways to that for sure. This is just like a meatball version of that. Okay, so we got one more. So we've got about 6 meatballs out of this. So now that we've got our meatballs, we're gonna actually transfer them to our nice heated medium. Now that we've got our meatballs, we're gonna transfer them over to our medium size. Now that we've got our meatballs, we're gonna cook them on the oven. On the stove, okay. And again, with the crowding the pan, make sure that there is about a ½ inch between the two. Just gonna cook them for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. We don't want to overcook the salmon because it's a wonderful piece of salmon, so we just want to make sure, why am I laying it? We're going to cook them for 2 to 3 minutes on each side to make sure that we get a nice sear on them, but not to overcook the salmon. We're cooking the salmon meatballs in olive oil, so about 1/4 cup of olive oil. Now it's time for a segment we like to call Ask Shelby the RD. So we have a question from Logan, and Logan wants to know, what is the difference between farm-raised salmon and wild-caught salmon? Is one better than the other? Well, Logan, it's a great question, and I get this question actually a lot from my patients. Now, farm-raised is what the title says. It's raised in an aquatic environment, and it's not in the natural wild. Now, farming varies by location. It's kind of similar to our produce, so our fresh vegetables and our fresh fruits, right? Our fresh produce. It varies from different areas of the world. So that's how farming and aquatic farming can vary depending on the breed of salmon, different types of salmon that's out there. Now the color for farm-raised salmon tends to be more pink and actually more fatty than our wild counterpart. And this is because of the feed that's given to them by the farmers. So it's actually naturally higher in calories because of the extra fat that's in there. Now, it also has a milder flavor, so all of our non-fish people, like my producer, or all the other people that don't like fish, it actually has a very mild flavor, so it won't taste as fishy as people like to say. So than the wild version, and it's actually lower in cost too. You see it significantly lower than your wild counterpart as well. Now, wild is exactly what that title says. So it's caught in the wild. It's from our lovely fishermen, and they are leaner because of the less controlled environment that they're in, right? So it's in the wild, they are free to roam and do as they please. And so the color tends to be more red and the flavor more intense, and actually lower in calories because it doesn't have all that additional feed that's given to them by the farmers. So our fishermen are out there catching the salmon in the wild, and so again, it's gonna be more red in color, stronger flavor, lower in calories. Now, similar to the farmed with omega-3s, the wild has more minerals and potassium and iron, and it might be a little bit higher in cost. So overall, it may be suggested that wild is safer than farmed because of the antibiotics that are added to fish during farming, but the wild may also contain organic toxins from the ocean. Bottom line is that both fish actually have pros and cons. So there's no clear-cut winner, but you can't argue that they are great protein options and that getting those healthy fats in our diet is the best thing for us. So wild if you're able to spend the more money, but if you can't, farm's okay too. So now we got our salmon meatballs off of the stove. We got them into a nice bowl here, and so I'm really excited about them. They look amazing. So we've got our lemon zest in there for an extra flair of flavor. We've got some fresh dill and salmon, of course. And so our salmon is really rich in omega-3s. It's got our healthy fats that are good for our hearts. I'm just gonna try one because they look so darn good. So I just wanna show you what it looks like on the inside. You see that wonderful salmon in there, and it's got all the seasonings, and it looks really, really good. So we're just gonna try it. And just bite it out so it's a cute bite, right? Like those women do on dates. The dill is amazing. It brings out so many flavors of the salmon. It's so good. My producer doesn't like salmon. She's nodding her head. No, I'm gonna make her eat it, but she's gonna tell me that it's amazing and she didn't even like fish. But it's really, really good. You guys need to try this. It's amazing. So, try it. Let me know what you think. At the bottom, comment, and enjoy. That is the conclusion of our meatball bonanza. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure that you subscribe in the corner here, in here. Make sure you comment below. Let me know what you think of the recipes, what you did. Tag me in your photos. Let me know what you guys did. Subscribe, comment below, and we'll see you in our next series. Bye.